Woo, okay, so it's, oh gosh, I lost track of time, but it's the end of a pretty long, productive, very successful day, Old Cutler Presbyterian Church. What a day. I'm here with Robert, who's in charge of safety security here at church, and he's the one who brought us in all the way from Michigan. Robert, was it worth the trip?
Well, John, it absolutely was. You and your team were exactly what we needed. You know, one of the core missions of any team like this is to be able to turn away wrath, right?
Yeah.
To deal with a situation that has the potential to be something evil and violent and turn it into something sweet. And you guys absolutely did a fantastic job of giving us so much knowledge and so much practical experience in skills that we've mostly only read about and seen other people perform.
Did you have any preconceived notions of what this training was going to be like? Did some of you, or did you think, well, it's just another de-escalation training, lecture presentation?
Well, in fairness, I knew what it was going to be like, and that's why I brought you guys here. I talked with Glenn Evans.
Yes, Glenn Evans, yes.
And I told him, listen, this is really hard to train on within your own team. There's a lot of things we can train on with our own team, but doing this kind of scenario-based training in verbal de-escalation with people you know, it's just not effective.
Right.
You need the role players to be educated in the techniques,
Yes.
and they need to be, frankly, strangers to you. Your team came in here and were just outstanding role players. They created really challenging scenarios without creating no-win scenarios that
Right.
are not
Right.
that useful for training. So
Right.
it was what I expected, but executed at a level I don't think I could have expected.
Well,
really
I
well
appreciate that.
executed.
I'll take that win. Is there any one scenario of the 8 you went through today that kind of sticks out in your mind? That maybe that you did really well, you feel good about, or maybe one that kind of sticks out? Well, you can definitely see where you can tweak some things.
So I think that'll be a different answer for everybody.
Yeah.
For me, I had a couple where I was really happy with my performance, but the one I learned the most on is the one where I did a terrible job.
Yeah.
I made a bad decision. I tried to execute on my bad decision, and even when my partner was making the right decision, I didn't let him dissuade me from persisting in my bad decision. And nothing is more effective for learning than failing.
Yeah, and we would rather it fail in a safe training environment than in a real world environment, right?
Exactly.
So I remember that scenario now, and it's just an example of good people just developing because of stress in the moment, that tunnel vision, so it can happen. It happens to the best of us. So, but I'm glad you had a good time.
We had a fantastic time and learned a lot. You've made us a better, safer church. You've motivated my team incredibly. There's going to be a lot of discussion about this. A lot of things are going to grow out of this, and we couldn't be more grateful for you guys coming down here. We're glad, although it's not that hard to get people down to Miami. And when it's cold up in Grand Rapids.
Well, you didn't have to try to convince us too hard to come down. That was good. And a shout out to Glenn Evans again from I think
Absolutely,
it's
Glenn.
I think it's glentrains.com, GLEN trains TRAINS. glentrains.com. Give him a check. Check him out. As we end, I just wanted to make sure I did impart on everyone the importance of developing a ministry mindset. So I hope we were effective in that. And I'll let you have the last word.
Let me tell you, John, you absolutely brought that in. And that's something that it's easy for us to lose. Our particular calling here is the security of the flock. It's easy to get so focused on that you lose sight of the fact that every interaction with every person is an opportunity to minister the gospel, to show grace that you've been shown. And you did a fantastic job of operationalizing us and making us effective while keeping our hearts soft for the gospel. I thought it was fantastic.
Thank you. Dynamic, realistic, conflict de-escalation training with the ministry mindset.
This guy.